What do we got? We didn't get the rest of the alliance swapped too much. We got Sejuk now representing the Paladins, but Juno Master and Fortune didn't even get to go, so that's fine. Such Fab didn't even get to play. Zakati got to play once. What do we got for the Horde? We got Deadwake, Dreadwalker, Howling Storm, Kedron, MMLProx, and Pelter. Alright, oh my god, there's so much fur with all these boomkins and everything. Alright, who do we got going up first? It looks like it is going to be a Prox, I think. As always, guys, if you're stealthy or can stealth, please be out of stealth unless you're dueling. Thank you. Just so nobody gets confused. Just so nobody gets confused what the hell they're supposed to be. And yeah, beware if you're in a Horde, if you ever get in this arena. If you guys want to be on a Horde, hang out where Pelcher's at, that's a perfect place to be. It looks like Prox is going to open up onto Zakati, but that's going to be instant trinket into a stun and getting the pets up and running by Zakati. Thorns coming out for Prox. There's going to be Apocalypse, though, coming out. There's also pretty well for Prox, just trying to stay in there, get the damage to Zakati. Zakati's health is doing a bit of a jitter back and forth. Dropping slowly, but moving its way towards the halfway point. Prox is going to get himself some heals and then going to go behind the pillar yet again. But Zakati is able to land a few hits from time to time, and at least maintain Prox's health, not completely letting it go all the way back up. And it's getting death strikes, not death strikes, necrotic strikes in there from time to time, taking all of Prox's healing. This is IBF coming out for Zakati. It's big defensives, trying to, again, apply more necrotics into Prox. And Zakati's actually going to be able to get a huge heal, also using Death Pack to make sure his health is full. And he's going to be able to get a stun onto Prox. Prox still has a trinket, second wall available, still has a heal. Thorns coming out. And makes a big play onto Zakati, dropping his health fairly low. Big bites are coming out. Zakati's trying to re-heal whatever he can. Getting bashed up by Prox into another bite, letting those bleeds kind of work them down. Can Zakati do anything, or is he done? It looks like he's just given up. Or is he kind of waiting for his health to do something? Prox coming in, refreshing his bleeds. And Zakati just letting his pet kind of beat up on Prox way back here. Getting the root onto the pet. AMS coming out for Zakati, trying to get some heals out of this. Or if not heals, I guess he's going for necrotics or something. Is Corey playing? Which one would Corey be, actually? Which one of these guys would Corey be? Would he be the Dreadwaker or Howling Storm, or which one of these guys? Was Such Fab? Because I know Corey Casual is the name, but usually most of you guys have like different names. If I saw a guy in the game named Corey, that would have been one thing. Prox is getting himself a Thorns up and running. Zakati is still not out of the game completely. Prox is actually dropping lower and lower. Good thing he has a lot of healing happening. Just go into bear form if he ever feels like he's a little bit in a tight spot. Getting a bash up onto Zakati. Zakati has a trinket available in just a little bit, but is he going to be able to do anything now? Getting hit with an AMS, and Prox is going to be able to get a bunch of regrowths behind the pillar. Again, it's really tough for Zakati to get it all set up and going again, man. He's getting slows into Prox. Prox wants to end him right now. Zakati barely has any health, but those death strikes are going to keep him up and running. Zakati is making sure to resummon his pet. Gets a stun onto Prox. Buffs the pet up. Maybe he can do some damage. Going for a necrotic spam with AMS up and running. Prox is trying to get some healing. It is going to give some healing back to Zakati, but one big bite might end this, and Zakati is actually dropping lower and lower. Barely has any health left. Just going away from the pillar. And Prox just moonfired him from a distance. Zakati does drop down. Fortune is going up next. Can he do anything? MMLProx hasn't even popped a single trinket. Double wall available. Incap up and running right now. Does get all his illusions available. Popping wall a little bit early. Trying to get some damage into Prox. After that stun into a Fist of Fury. Wall coming out of Prox. Is able to wall, what is it, one of the dragon kicks? Up in the air. Dropping Prox kind of sort of lowish in terms of health. Fortune is getting back in them. Does pop a slow into Prox. Gets himself a pretty big heal. And it's going to be bashed out onto Fortune. Fortune, I think, used Human Racial to get out of that one. And it's going to pop a Dampen Harm in order to take as least damage as possible from those bleeds. Prox just go poke his head out. Gets a nice cheeky root. And Fortune is back up to Spam and Vivify. Allowing, or I guess unable to stop Prox. Trying to use a Dragon Kick in the air. Trying to see if he can get Prox out. That's going to be in cap into a Touch of Death, getting all the images up and running, and Prox is going to go into bear form. Going to get a root onto Fortune. Fortune is getting out of it to Fist of Fury to follow. Is Prox going to take a bit of damage? He does drop to about half health, but that's all he could really do. Bleeds are coming out. That's going to be Karma. Prox is going to be able to, I think, live this for the most part. Still has a second wall available. Just bear form does so much defensiveness for him. And Fortune is still hanging in there as best as he can. Thor's is coming out. Now he wants to backpedal a bit. Trying to go for Vivify, but Prox's regrowth is just so much stronger. Does get a disarmament to Prox. I don't think it's going to stop any of his attacks or much reduce his damage for that measure. Does get a big old bite on Fortune. Another root to keep Fortune out in place. And Prox just wants to get the hell away, letting Fortune bleed out towards the end of it. Judo Master's going up next. Still no trinket has been used out of Prox whatsoever. That's again another stun lock with all the images and Fist of Fury to follow with a big kick. Prox is forced to use wall at the end of this. No touch of death available yet. And Prox is just going to line away from Judo. Judo's trying to catch up, trying to get a slow up again. That's going to be root onto Judo, and he's just going to be stuck out here in the open with a big old fist. Look at this boy. I actually like his Mog. I like his Mog. I think his Mog looks better because he's so like grayed out like this because of the wall. And Prox is basically at full health. Just going to be able to get full setup, bash, bleeds, bites, and everything. And the dampening is going to start hitting in towards 2%. Monks just have no way of beating a Pharaoh right now. Big touch of death is coming out, and Prox is going to be able to go into bear form, take as least damage of that as possible. Is shifting back into travel form. Touch of death is going to tick on him, but it's not going to bring it down low. I think he actually pre-walled that touch of death too. Still hasn't popped a single damn trinket. And then it's just Judo Master trying to get some damage in with dampen harm, but Prox is going to keep running around circles and healing himself to full. Incap coming out. It's going to be Judo trying to get another setup. Does he have any abilities available at all? Let's go for Fist of Fury. Prox is getting heals randomly though. I guess all these hots are just doing work. Judo Master is getting taking a big old bite out of him. And he's just done, man. I think he's just going to bleed up to full. Vivify is going to keep him at least sustained. But this is it, man. I don't know if Judo Master can turn this around. This is hard. This Prox is just coming around the corner. Wants to get an opener. Judo's just running in a direction. Trinket's out of it. It does get a port. Does get himself a chi wave going onto Prox. Sorry guys, I had a bit of indigestion happening right now. Oh, it's hard to talk. Wait, where's Prox at? Oh, there he is. Getting hit by Sejuk. Stun lock. Okay, we're good. Oh, Prox is getting a big old mean bite at Sejuk. Sejuk got himself a shield advantage available. Can he get that shield to pop next to Prox? No, doesn't land it. And Sejuk is fairly at low health. Bopper bubble needs to come out. Does get a bubble out. Can he use that bubble offensively or defensively? Might actually have to go for flash of lights. And Prox is just hanging out behind the pillar, allowing Sejuk to get a few heals. Gonna go for re-stealth completely. And is gonna get all those bleeds up and running and just bleed this paladin out completely. Maybe we can get some big old bites. That's gonna be eye for an eye, which MMLProx doesn't have to work with at all. All those dot damage with bleeds is gonna do a lot of work. That's Execution stats to bite Sejuk, but he cannot connect with Prox, and so he decides to go behind the pillar. Prox goes in and just bites him on the ass and just peels away. Just not letting this paladin connect with any of the abilities. And it looks like Sejuk is basically out of cooldowns completely. Stun coming on to Prox. Sejuk is bleeding out little by little. Looks like Prox is not doing anything about it at all. Does get hit with a blinding light. Flash of lights are coming out in a moment of desperation, but they're just not healing for that much. 16% dampening, hitting the whole team with like a Azeroth trade or something. Execution sets come down on Prox again, but Sejuk doesn't have any damage to follow. Those dots are just gonna melt him and he goes down. Fab is up next versus MMLProx. He's just gonna go pick up the eye. Doesn't want to have to deal with a feral. Knows how difficult they are to work with. I'm thinking we're going to keep the Horde group except MML. Looks like he's going to 1v5. Dude, Revenge, I'm fine if you want to wait 10 minutes to look for brand new names. And only take people that played only when you can't bring anybody else. It's fine to wait. Have some patience. Have some patience. I'd rather wait 10 extra minutes so we can get a little bit of variety, man. I'm fine with that, because we've seen it on Prox. We've seen him play before multiple times over. You think this is new? He's got up against Fab. I don't think we've seen Fab before. He does have a familiar name. Fab is hanging in there though, little by little. Does get a stun up, does have Incarn going, and looks like Prox also does have it, but Fab's health is so much lower. It looks like Fab is only offensive, but his health is going down faster than Prox's. I don't even know what's going on. Looks like Prox might even be able to get himself a nice reset opener onto Fab. Big bleeds, does land it too. And that's going to be a big bite to follow. And I think Fab is out of cooldowns, man. He's out of wall, he's out of heal, he's out of everything. Bear form, and that's it. That's all this boy had. Man, there it is.